I know you don't particularly care for what like Crawford says for the most part, but do you kind of feel like some of his critiques of you are like what are like your
Ah,
thoughts on that?
I don't pay that mind though. That stuff be bothering me. But like I said, I'm the best at 154. Everybody know it, and I'm gonna keep standing each every time out.
Jaron Ennis is making light of Terence Crawford's decision to help Xander Zayas prepare for their upcoming fight, and his reaction has added even more tension to the rivalry, making the matchup feel far more personal than before.
I fight bigger guys. I fight bigger guys. Every time I fight somebody big, I put him on. He's not even. He's talking about he's bigger or whatever. He's not even big. He got on like a little hill platform shoes. Like we're the same height, bro. Like he said, he tried to say I was little. Bro, we the same height, bro. Like he gonna find out. I'm gonna show him. He ain't way too much to say. I feel like he a solid fighter. He getting better, but like I said, he ranked maybe I'm number one for sure, and then he could be.
To Ennis, Crawford working with Zayas does not make the challenge any more intimidating. While Crawford's experience, ring IQ, and championship knowledge can certainly help Zayas prepare, Ennis believes there is only so much a trainer can do from the corner. He understands that advice and strategy are valuable, but when the fight begins, Zayas will be alone in the ring, facing Boots' speed, pressure, power, and unpredictable angles without Crawford there to help him.
Doing this pay-per-view stuff all day, media's doing this, doing that. All fight week gonna drain him. He having a fat camp right now. He like 190 right now. Like, right, he asked for all this time to fight me. Like, bro, he was trying to talk about me. I don't know. These guys, this is what I be talking. These y'all media guys be pushing this narrative. I be getting hit all crazy, this, that, and the third. But if you watch these guys, yo, when I tell you these boys be getting hit clean, I'm talking about clean. They live out the ring with hickeys, knots, cuts, bleeding. Bro, you watch any of my fights, bro. If anything, I might got like a little. I don't be having nothing, basically. Right? These guys be leaving out bleeding and all that. Like, come on, bro. It shows who really work on their defense and really don't. Like,
Boots took his point even further, making it clear that Crawford's involvement does not change what Xander will face when they finally meet in the ring. In his view, getting advice and training from a great fighter is helpful, but it is not the same as actually going toe-to-toe with him on fight night. Crawford can teach techniques, share experience, and help Xander prepare mentally, but Boots believes everything changes once the action starts. When the pace increases, the angles shift, and the pressure begins to mount, he feels Xander will have to handle those challenges on his own.
He can't. He's too slow. He don't move his head. Like, he getting better, but I'm gonna be too much for him. What I got coming to him, he's not gonna be able to take.
That is exactly why Boots sounded so confident in his response. His message was simple. Crawford can offer all the guidance and support he wants, but when the fight begins, Xander will be the one taking the shots, making split-second decisions, and dealing with the toughest moments in the ring. Boots believes that no amount of outside help can replace the challenge of facing him when the intensity rises and the pressure reaches another level.
If anybody want to fight, they're going to make the most money fighting me than anybody else. So I feel like I'm the cash cow of this division, and I'm the best in this division.
What do you think of Fandora's style? It's very unique.
I mean, I don't know. He just tall. He tall. So like I said, I can watch him, so I can't really give you sit here and like explain. Like when the time comes, I'll watch him. But as of right now, I just from this little stuff that I be seeing, it's like he's just a tall pressure fighter. From the stuff that I be seeing, and don't let him get no room to breathe, basically.
This was the most I've heard Xander talk pre-fight. You think he's overconfident, or you think he's just amping himself up?
I think he's just happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
He's just happy to be here. I ain't gonna lie. I think, like I said, if you really believe in yourself, you would have took that 55-45, bro.
Terence Crawford's praise for Xander Zayas has added another layer of intrigue to the matchup with Jaron Ennis. When a fighter of Crawford's caliber speaks highly of someone, people pay attention because his opinion carries real weight. He sees Zayas as a talented young fighter who is focused, skilled, and mentally strong enough to handle big moments. With Crawford helping in camp, the emphasis goes beyond motivation and confidence. It is about mastering the finer details, improving timing, staying patient, and remaining composed under pressure. That is why Crawford's support matters. He is not suggesting the fight will be easy, but he clearly believes Zayas has the talent to be competitive. If Xander follows the game plan, stays disciplined, and applies what he learns, Crawford feels he can make this a much tougher fight than many fans are expecting.
That's a tough fight, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, that he have in himself, and he's ready to go make history for his country, and he's going to do real well in that.
Xander Zayas does not appear to be treating this as just another boxing match against Jaron Ennis. His preparation suggests he is getting ready for a demanding physical battle and making sure he can handle everything Boots brings into the ring. Having Terence Crawford involved only adds to the seriousness of the camp, as Crawford understands better than most how to deal with elite speed, movement, pressure, and ring intelligence. For Zayas, the focus is not only on improving his skills but also on becoming stronger, tougher, and more durable. He is working to ensure that both his mind and body are fully prepared for the challenges that come with facing a dangerous fighter at 154 pounds.
Come back in slowly, shift the hips from hands, attaboy.
Same focus, same hungerness, same dedication, same everything. Nothing changes. It's another fight. Most important fight of my career. But every fight is important. Nothing different. Exploit it. That's what it comes down to. I know who I am. I know what I put myself through every campaign. I know that I put the shifts when I need to put the shifts. So whatever he says won't affect me because I've been here before. I've been here since I'm 16.
The seriousness of Xander's preparation becomes obvious when you look at the way his training camp is designed. He is not focused on flashy workouts or simply looking impressive in training clips. Instead, the emphasis is on building strength, improving balance, increasing endurance, and making sure he can stay effective through all 12 rounds. That approach is especially important against Boots because he cannot allow himself to be pushed back, controlled, or placed in difficult positions. Xander will need to stay strong, maintain his form, and remain calm when the action becomes physical. If Boots is able to dictate the pace and control where the fight takes place, the challenge for Xander could become much tougher as the fight progresses.
Just part of business. Gotta go out there, June 27th. We're going to get in that ring, and it's going to be me and him, nobody else. So it doesn't matter what nobody else says or what he says or what he thinks and what he thinks is funny. It doesn't round me up at all.
I say weeks out.
It's getting scary. He's the hardest opponent in my resume to date because, again, I feel like every fight was a step into that direction. And obviously, facing somebody like Boots, former world champion, coming up to a new weight class and wanting to be the king of the weight class is obviously challenging because you know he's coming with his best, but you gotta expect the best out of me, and I promise I'm gonna bring the best version out of that.
Xander's jump rope training highlights how much focus his camp is placing on the finer details of preparation. The exercise helps improve his rhythm, coordination, timing, and foot speed, all of which will be crucial against a fighter like Boots. Standing still is not an option because Boots is known for creating angles, disrupting a fighter's rhythm, and constantly forcing adjustments. That is why this work goes beyond basic conditioning. It is designed to keep Xander quick on his feet, maintain his balance, and ensure he can react effectively when the pace increases and the pressure starts to build inside the ring.
So if we want to underestimate the fight and he wants to half-ass it, and that's on him, that's cool with me. I know I'm putting the shifts. I know I'm putting in the work. And when it's time to go to the deep waters, I know I can swim with those sharks.
Boots Ennis finally spoke about why a fight with Terence Crawford never became reality, and his explanation only added to the frustration many fans already feel. For years, boxing supporters viewed Ennis versus Crawford as a defining matchup that could show exactly where Boots stood among the sport's elite. According to Ennis, the fight was never held up because he was unwilling to take on the challenge. Instead, he suggested that circumstances outside the ring played a major role. Factors such as timing, business decisions, championship opportunities, and the different directions of their careers prevented the matchup from coming together. From his perspective, it was simply a case of two top fighters not being in the right place at the right time for the fight to happen.
Either way, as soon as you emerge, the boxing pundits and the public had to match you up with a Terence Crawford, right? Who was at the top of the game right now because they couldn't see anybody else that could compete with him. So did you take that as a compliment?
I mean, I really don't be paying that stuff too much mind. Like I be me, you know. I do this for me and my family type stuff. Like,
right.
I know I got to carry my legacy.
Right.
And my brothers did it, you know, at a high level. My dad did it, so I just want to take my next into the next level. So I really wasn't like too When I was coming, I really wasn't too worried about who was this, who was that.
Yeah, you was focused on what you was trying to do.
I know my task in hand. My task in hand was coming up at that time. I was fighting at 47, so my task in hand was being undisputed.
Ennis made his stance even clearer by stating that he believes he holds the advantage over Xander Zayas in every aspect of the sport. The comment revealed just how much confidence he has heading into the matchup. He is not talking about only one or two areas such as power or speed. Instead, he feels superior across the board, including skill level, experience, footwork, ring awareness, movement, and the ability to make adjustments during a fight. From Ennis' perspective, when all the key qualities are compared side by side, he does not see an area where Zayas has an edge over him.
Say he a regular car, he take regular gas. He's saying you won't be able to deal with his angles. He's saying you won't be you don't like what do you say? You don't like to get hit to the body and so on and so forth. What do you think of the trash talk?
Bro, at the end of the day, it's boxing. He trying to hype himself up, but I really believe and know everything that I'm saying. I'm going to do it. Come fight that he going to see firsthand. He going to see firsthand why I'm different and why these guys didn't want to fight me and why it's really levels. Like I said, he want to see firsthand on fight night. It's really different. He going to see it. I think he really going to be shocked when he really see it firsthand, up close to person.
Do you think that's gotten your other opponents where they felt like they saw something on tape and then it's different?
They always get them. They always think this, think that. But as soon as they get in there with me, they're like, yo, he a lot stronger. I thought he a lot faster, a lot wiser. He different for real. And every point I see, every point there.
Statements like that put even more pressure on Xander because they go far beyond simply picking a winner. When a fighter claims he is better in every area, he is not just expressing confidence in victory. He is suggesting that he expects to control the fight from start to finish. It is the kind of mindset that sends a strong message, showing that Ennis believes he can outperform Xander in every phase of the matchup and leave no doubt about who the superior fighter is.
Real confident and that he really believes that he'll beat you come fight night. Do you believe it's bravado or do you think that he really believes that?
Nah. I think he knows what's up. He knows exactly what's up. Him and his team. Why you think they ain't want him to fight in the first place? I don't really want to say too much to speak on it, but I'm just leave it at that. I know a lot though, but we're gonna leave it at that.
Why do you feel like this fight happened? Because everybody keeps saying that he didn't have to fight you.
No, for sure. He had to fight me. But I asked him this fight, and he accepted it. Kudos to him. And I appreciate him for taking this fight. But them boats come back home to Philadelphia. Your head knee.
Max Kellerman and Gabe viewed this matchup as a test of levels. While they praised Xander Zayas for his composure, discipline, and polished boxing skills, they emphasized that Jaron Ennis presents a completely different challenge from anyone he has faced before. In their eyes, this is more than just another step forward in Zayas' career. It is a chance to find out how he performs against a truly elite fighter. They believe Zayas has plenty of talent and potential, but Ennis brings a rare combination of speed, power, and relentless pressure that can quickly expose the gap between a rising contender and a top-level star. For them, this fight could reveal just how ready Xander is for boxing's highest level.
Xander was so precocious. He was such a young fighter when we first saw him. Sure. And you don't have your man bones yet as a boxer. Now he's into his 20s, maybe a different fighter. What do you think of the matchup?
No, absolutely. I think in his last performance in Puerto Rico, he showed that boxing ability. Nice jab, nice movement, good stamina, endurance. And he's a big dude, man. I went for a jog with him in Puerto Rico. I'm like, how big are you, dude? He walks like 190, man. He's a solid big guy. So he's bringing that weight and that size as well.
The debate between Max Kellerman and Two Tone over Xander Zayas versus Jaron Boots Ennis highlights exactly why this matchup has captured so much attention. Many view Boots as the obvious favorite because of his elite speed, power, movement, and experience against top-level competition. His style has the ability to put young fighters under immediate pressure and force mistakes. At the same time, others believe Xander should not be overlooked. Zayas has shown discipline, intelligence, and determination throughout his rise, and if he can stay focused and handle the pressure, he has the tools to make the fight competitive. That is what makes this matchup so intriguing. The real question is not just who has more talent, but whether Xander is truly ready to take the next step against an elite opponent or if Boots represents a challenge that has arrived too early in his career.
said a lot of different things in the fight. He said
That he will be victorious.
He said Jaron Boots Ennis is flat-footed and he doesn't like it to the body. What's your reaction?
Yeah.
Pause.
I think he's saying whatever he got to say to motivate himself. I think he's saying whatever he got to say to try to make himself believe that he's ready for this fight and that he coming to fight.
He gonna win.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
He gonna win. What you talking about?
Corey, I don't know what they got down going on in St. Louis. Chill. Leave it alone.
He
Chill.
gonna win.
I'm telling you.
I believe in these kids.
No, you can believe it. You can believe in whatever you want. He going to hell for this one.
Oh my goodness. How does he do it?
Determination. If they think Boots finna get this kid out of here, they y'all.
Eric Spring offered a fighter's perspective on the matchup between Xander Zayas and Jaron Boots Ennis, bringing a more balanced view to the discussion. He recognizes how dangerous Ennis is, not only because of his speed, but also because of his ability to attack from different angles, use both hands effectively, and force opponents into mistakes before they can react. At the same time, Spring believes Xander deserves respect as a serious contender. Zayas is young, focused, and motivated, and that kind of determination can make a fighter especially dangerous when people doubt his chances. Spring's assessment suggests that while Boots has the advantages on paper, the outcome is not guaranteed. For Xander to have success, he must handle the early pressure, stick to his game plan, and force Ennis to make adjustments. If he fails to do that, Boots could seize control of the fight and dictate the action very quickly.
What do you see?
First 2 rounds, Xander is going to get because Boots going to adjust. And I think after that, Boots just takes over. I think Boots just says he's too athletic. The way he puts his punches together and where they come from, he's not going to see them.
What does Xander have to do to be successful?
I can't really, I don't see nothing he can do. To tell you the truth, except he might have surprising power, probably catch Boots with something. Surprisingly, probably punch when he punches. You just got to throw. But if he just stands there and thinks he's going to move and try to be athletic with him, Boots got him all the way.
Now, do you see it being a systematic breakdown or one shot's going to get him out of here?
Mentally, I think Boots going to shut him down because he's going to think he don't have.
What stands out about Xander Zayas is the way he approaches a fight. Even at a young age, he remains patient, controlled, and disciplined inside the ring. He does not rush his work or allow emotions to take over, which could be a key factor against a fighter like Jaron Ennis. Boots thrives when opponents become uncomfortable, make rushed decisions, and start reacting instead of thinking. He is excellent at creating openings by forcing mistakes, catching fighters out of position, and attacking from unexpected angles. That is why Xander's composure is so important. If he can stay calm, stick to his strategy, and avoid being drawn into Ennis' pace, he may give himself a better chance of staying competitive throughout the fight.
It's really cool, they treat me like family over there, so it's nothing but love. And yeah, everything is good.
How's he looking?
He's looking great.
What do you think about the fight?
This is going to be a good fight. Good fight. I think it's a good fight for the fans.
If Xander can stay defensively responsible, keep his guard disciplined, and control the pace of the fight, this matchup could become far more competitive than many expect. Julian Ortiz appears to believe Zayas has the mindset and discipline needed to execute that kind of game plan. While he may not have the same highlight reel reputation or intimidating aura as Boots Ennis, he possesses patience, timing, and a strong understanding of boxing fundamentals that can create problems for any opponent. Ortiz's support adds an interesting perspective because it challenges the common belief that Boots will have an easy night. He sees a fighter in Zayas who is capable of making smart adjustments and forcing Ennis to think rather than simply overwhelm him with pressure. If Xander can get through the early rounds, stay composed, and make the fight tactical, he could begin changing the flow of the contest in unexpected ways. More importantly, this is a major opportunity for him to prove that he is more than just a talented prospect. A strong performance against an elite opponent could completely change how fans and analysts view his future in the sport.
Is there like somebody that you favor in that fight?
Yeah, I'm favoring Xander, 100%. Yeah.
You faced Boots in the amateurs. Tell me, what do you see in that fight that makes it interesting, and why you believe Xander is victorious?
I just see his work ethic and he got a great coach too. And, you know, I think he's going to be able to pull it off. And yeah, I fought Boots too. That was a long time ago. But he's definitely savvy as well and crafty in the ring. So hopefully he's able to, we'll see if he gets to land any of those shots on Xander. But I think a lot of people underestimating Xander's abilities. You know, I think they're going more for the flashy stuff, what they see with Boots, and they're putting more weight on the flashiness than the actual efficiency.
Bradley's argument became even stronger when he focused on Jaron Ennis' experience. He was not simply referring to the number of fights Ennis has had or the recognition he has earned. Instead, he was highlighting the value of competing on major stages, handling championship-level pressure, and facing opponents whose sole objective was to disrupt his rhythm and find ways to neutralize his strengths. That type of experience cannot be overlooked. While Xander Zayas brings talent, confidence, and momentum into the matchup, Ennis has already faced many of the challenges that come with performing at the highest level. Bradley's point is that this experience could become a major factor once the fight begins. Boots has shown the ability to quickly recognize what is happening in the ring, make adjustments without hesitation, and force opponents into uncomfortable situations. For a young fighter still proving himself against elite competition, dealing with that level of adaptability and ring awareness could be one of the toughest tests of his career.
Look, I think it's going to boil down to who wants it most, to be honest with you. Who wants it most? It's going to be a dogfight, man. Xander don't mind. He don't mind going toe-to-toe if he needs to. I know he's going to probably try to box, but Boots is coming to get his ass, bro. He's coming to prove a point, and we should get a hell of a fight from that, bro.
Do you think experience might be the ultimate factor here? Because I know you said Boots just got to the division, but he's got more fights under his belt, and also Xander is younger.
Yeah, I think experience could be a factor here, but I mean, Boots ain't used to going 12 rounds. Boots ain't used to going 12 rounds either. I mean, usually he's knocking these dudes out before he goes 12 rounds, and then you look at the competition that he's faced, it's been, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing been popping out like, crazy. Xander, you can say the same thing about Xander too. I think it's the perfect matchup right now for both these.
LaShawn McCoy offered a unique perspective on the matchup by focusing on the very different positions both fighters are in heading into the fight. Jaron Boots Ennis enters as the established star, the favorite, and the fighter many expect to be in control from the opening bell. His reputation, accomplishments, and skill set have led many to believe he should handle the challenge in front of him. Xander Zayas, however, comes in with a different kind of motivation. As the younger challenger, he has the opportunity to prove that the doubts surrounding him are misplaced. McCoy's view highlights the pressure facing both men. Ennis is expected to win, which means anything less than a convincing performance could raise questions. Meanwhile, Zayas has the chance to gain respect simply by competing at a high level. If he can make the fight competitive, force Ennis into difficult situations, or show that he belongs among the elite, it could significantly change how fans and analysts view him moving forward.
My hard-earned money in this bet. I can't do it. But it's gonna be a good fight. I don't know who wins this. I think I would have to, if I had to pick, I would give Boots the edge. All right. Guy that's a little twitchier, a little more athletic, hits hard, switch hitter. And then Xander. Xander's really, really good, right? Talk about a guy that has improved from a young guy to where he is now. Right? He's not scared, can box with the best, he can move, he can punch, got good